Injera.
Right. It uses teff flour, and teff is a grass seed indigenous to Ethiopia, and uses a flour from that which has its own indigenous yeast.
So it's really spongy.
It's spongy, right? And it soaks up the food. You don't use any utensils. You just grab a bit of injera and grab your food with your hands. I got plenty of hand wipes and napkins here. So.
Well, you said this is a wild food dinner.
Yes.
So how is that wild food?
Well, it uses wild yeast.
Where'd you get wild yeast? In the woods, obviously.
No, wild yeast is everywhere.
Oh, so if I shake my head, like yeast will fall out of my hair?
No. Only yours. Just ferment your hair.
Just like ferment.
It'll just ferment your hair. Doro Wat, chicken of the woods. Doro Wat is the national dish of Ethiopia. It usually is made with chicken.
So, but you're using chicken of the woods.
We're using chicken of the woods mushrooms, which we foraged. And
that looks really. Well, I was going to say tasty, but it also looks really interesting.
It is.
It looks like big chunks of chicken is what it looks like.
Yeah. And it does. You know, that's why they call it chicken of the woods.
All right.
And it's very spicy. It's got a lot of different
lot of
seasonings
smell.
in
It smells like garam masala almost.
Yeah, a little more savory. I mean, garam masala is a bit sweet, you know.
Oh yeah.
There's no, and there is a little bit of cinnamon in this.
Okay, maybe that's what I'm smelling. It's just the cinnamon.
Yeah, could be.
All right, and it looks like, is that tofu?
Yes, it is. Now, the dish that I was going for, it was a greens with spiced cheese, Ethiopian greens with spiced cheese. Now, this is all vegan, so we have used tofu instead of the cheese. It calls for a farmer's cheese. So
that looks like wild greens.
It is wild greens.
What kinds?
Stinging nettles.
Okay.
Yeah.
I recognize it because I grew up eating lots of wild greens.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, this is stinging nettles, and you put these together with the cheese.
You pick them wearing plastic gloves?
No.
No?
No. Oh, these?
I mean, it's stinging.
Oh, pick them in the woods.
Yeah.
I thought you meant to eat.
I mean, otherwise you get the stinging nettles all over you.
Yes, we picked them wearing plastic gloves. Yes, we did.
It didn't really do the trick either, because I somehow got stung on my fingertips in spite of the glove.
Yeah, and
so
then
they
you
got
get
holes
stung
in
in
them?
your legs and stuff too, you know.
All right.
So,
What else you
anyway,
got?
We also have Charlotte is making lentils, Ethiopian lentils with shiso that she harvested.
Shiso?
Yeah, that's it's also a wild green.
Yes, this is a wild mint.
Looks like basil almost.
Yeah, they call it Chinese basil, which is absurd because they don't actually use it in any Chinese food. It's normally used in Japanese food. And it has a bit of a minty flavor, a bit of a basil flavor.
I smell, yeah. It's
Feel
really
free to taste it if you want.
Okay, let's see.
It's really, really good. I love this herb.
Hi, how you
Oh, wow.
How's everybody doing?
Oh, I've ate this like just walking through the woods and just randomly like nibbled on something.
Good stuff.
But,
okay.
This is an Ethiopian cabbage, potato, and carrot stew. It's quite sort of a traditional dish that goes on the injera when they get like a vegetarian dish.
what do you what makes it Ethiopian instead of just the curry?
Well,
it smells like curried potatoes.
Yeah, no, it's got fenugreek, toasted fenugreek, cardamom. A little bit of cinnamon.
A lot more flavors than curry.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit more sweet. A little bit of some of the sweet spices. A little bit more savory as well. There's butter in there, but it's vegan butter. And then lots of ginger and garlic and turmeric. The turmeric is what gets that yellow color. Yeah, it's one of my favorites actually.
I love turmeric.
Yeah, it is a great dish. And so just slow cooked and it gets all
just like all goodness together.
Yeah, it's
and
wonderful.
then obviously you have to let it cool down enough to eat it with your hands, no? Or
yeah,
like,
usually they let it like sit for a while and whatnot. But we're gonna do it. In this one, we're gonna since it's COVID days, we're gonna let people spoon it on and then they can eat as it cools down.
There you go.
And we have one more dish. I can think of it later.
Okay.
It's an Ethiopian green lentil dish. with lots of onion. I used some wild onion and wild garlic seed, and lots of garlic and ginger and bera seasoning. And
but you said green lentils, because I'm used to a lot of African to be like red or other colored lentils.
Well, they use red lentils in Ethiopian food as well. But it's not unusual to use green lentils or brown lentils. They just like legumes, I suppose.
It's like, get your protein. Yeah. All right, well, I guess I'll try to remember to do a video when we open it up. I've had that before.
Here. You've had it here.
Oh, like...
It's one of my favorite dishes, Ethiopian dishes, so I'm sure I made it when you were here before.
Just like... Now, stinging nettle can be really bitter.
Well, these are really good.
But you got some really tender young ones, looks like.
Yeah, we've already cooked with them, and they were wonderful. We made sad paneer with them, also with tofu.
Just like she was just like, I need something to serve food. Oh well, Ethiopian food is served with without spoons.
We do need some scooping spoons for serving. Okay.
I wish we had smell-o-vision on the video, just the smell.
It's amazing.
I smelled it when you started ladling out, so I ran over to take this video. I was like, I can smell it in the other room.
Yeah.
Just like, and it's a complex smell. I mean, it's got
a number of different herbs and spices in there.
Yeah, just like, and it seems like very simple on the ingredients, just lots of spices.
Yes. It wasn't difficult to make, that's for sure.
Yeah, just like.
But I mean, it is. Like you have, because I roasted the whole spices, so like the cardamom and the
roasted, and then add the oil.
Slightly roasted, and then I slightly roasted the whole ones and then ground it.
Oh, okay.
And then when I sauteed the onions and garlic, I put all the powder in. And got it really nice.
Yeah, I've reached the point now that I really like having the whole spices. They just they stay good.
I agree.
You know,
especially like cardamom and cardamom in particular is a good one to have.
Yep, I have.
As long as you don't eat it.
Just like.
So that's kind of the fun part. People are like, oh my god, I got one in my mouth.
Yeah, it's like, it's really intense. Yeah.
It is really intense.
It's like,
What was the yoga retreat? Oh my god.
loading up the injera.
Yeah. You're probably in one of them.
Perfect.
All right. We got chicken of the woods, lentils, the potatoes and cabbage.
What is that there?
This is chicken of the woods, mushrooms. And then that's stinging nettles and tofu. And what did you call the tomato stuff?
Basically it's like a
pico de gallo, but
Ethiopian.
Yeah. So
Don't get it in your eye, pico de gallo.
So
Me oh my oh. I got some.
So you're gonna be able to eat that with your hands, you think?
I'm sure if I have to, but
Just in case.
I did notice that even though somebody said they weren't going to put out silver,
Just in case.
yes. And I need
It is served on injera,
Right.
but since I have my own, I'm gonna do it differently. I'm gonna have it after the fact.
Okay.
Because you use basically the injera to stick the food on.
But also, if you put the injera underneath it, it soaks all the juices.
Yeah, it is great, but I don't want to. I would take two then, and I don't want to be greedy.
Well, every time I eat injera, I get way too stuffed for that same reason, I think.
Exactly. So I'm being strategic here. I'm gonna go I'm gonna sacrifice the soaking of the injera so that I can actually use the injera to its best ability.
Okay.
So, what is in the tomato salad that makes it unique?
So it's got jalapeno, which I'm sure is not the chili that they would use, but it is a chili that is
Is
close.
available around here.
Yeah, but it's deseeded.
Yeah, when I went shopping, all I could find was serrano and jalapenos fresh. That was
exactly. And I'm okay with that. So it's got serrano. Or it's got a.
How long did it take to make all those injeras? Those
Like all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard that was the case.
The tomato salad has red onion, jalapeno, lots of garlic, red wine vinegar, lots of lemon.
Still sounds like pico de gallo to me.
Parsley, no cilantro. It's fantastic.
Okay.
Really, you got to try it. It's
I will.
really, really good.
I'm gonna try it all.
So usually this is served on a big plate that everyone shares also.
So like I've seen it like a giant platter.
Yeah, so usually it's a giant platter, there's injera underneath, and everything's on there, and then you use your injera, everyone has their own injera, and they go and they scoop it up. And at the very end, then you use the injera that's been soaked with all that stuff, and everyone sort of fights over that. It's kind of like, it's like the turkey skin of Thanksgiving.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
I'll use this, I'll have pieces of this, and I'll pick it up and eat it.
how do you not get your fingers like all...
You kind of do, but that's the best part too. Because
It's finger licking good.
This one, so anything that has bera seasoning, bera is like a combination of a lot of different herbs and spices, and it's so unique. It's not Indian.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitively Ethiopian.
Yeah.
And it is one of my favorites of all time. And when you pick that up and you get it on your fingers afterwards, like after you finish Ethiopian food, like hours later, you're like, I gotta have some more. It's so good.
It's just like...
So it's worth it. It's worth getting your fingers a little smelly.
Just like he was explaining to me. So
Yeah, so that's how I'm going to do it. Others are going to do it differently, but that's how I'm doing it.
Yeah, there are also wet wipes. There are full containers
for
of wet
the
wipes
people
around
who some people are getting forks, but
Yeah.
all right.
I'm just going to do this, but, I don't know if there's a left-hand rule in Ethiopia, but...
Some countries have it like right hand, left hand.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because left-hand bathroom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's...
Really simple. Look at your hands, completely clean.
Pretty much.
Just like,
I wouldn't
okay.
worry about it. Yeah,
Simple enough.
I'm just going to go like this.
That's a little overkill.
I'm going to stick it in there, and I'm going to eat.
All right. Simple enough.